Welcome back to Splashdown Saturday number 5. We are looking at winners semis between NFT Robbers and 5K Ping. 5K Ping, in which I think maybe a pickup, if I'm not mistaken. We're here on Zone's Mako Mart once again. Excited to see how this is going to go with a Dread on one side and a Brush on the other.
Yeah, a very aggressive comp in terms of what NFT Robbers is running. I always love to see a Brush here because Brush plays a similar role to the Carbon here, although the Carbon is going to be providing a very quick value. They're managing to find Silver, but quickly taken down by that Slosher. 2-for-1 trade in favor, actually, of NFT Robbers as the Dredge goes down. Now the Decav also goes down for 5K Ping, as now with those picks, NFT Robbers have the opportunity to continue to keep this control of the zone. The Carbon, who shall not be named, I'm not reading that name, apologies, is just trying to see if their presence is made on that left side, though quickly shut down as we see the Brush actually shut down themselves as well. So just trades going back and forth pretty much.
Truly trades back and forth, but 3 going down on the side of NFT Robbers, which is going to look like finally 5K Ping is going to be able to get their fingers all over this zone and take it. We're probably going to be seeing a lead swap here, especially with who I assume is Namika right here, camping underneath this ledge, making it very difficult for not just this pencil, popping Azuka, extremely aggressive here to make sure that no one is able to encroach on this zone. They're already past the halfway point here as well. Oh, but there are people able to get past that Carbon there, make it into mid, and put the kibosh on this huge lead that they were able to get to, and now they're down to 76. But I think we're kind of in neutral here. Mello trying to dodge the heck out of this special here on Whale, and like you said before, even though for a while it was looking like 5K Pings to lose, we are going back and forth here on the zone.
Yeah, I mean, you are just seeing people blow up left, right, and center here. 2-for-2 trade now in nobody's real favor. Of course, 5K Ping do have control of the zone. A beautiful, actually, strike there. We'll take one and actually find another in favor of NFT Robbers. This Slosher going ham, however, NFT Robbers might have overheated a little bit. 3 players go down on their side, as, again, it just seems like no matter if a team has the advantageous position or not, the other just is able to answer back in kind. Mid to Cavitator now down for 5K Ping here, as 2 specials are online for NFT Robbers. You see the Zipcaster zooming across. The cooler is also online now, actually, for both sides. X-Men just puts down their cooler. However, no players from their team are able to grab it, as they are the last player standing, now forced back, as NFT Robbers now have control of the zone there, and now out of their penalty as well, with trip strikes to use.
Yeah, NFT Robbers clearly not playing around. X-Man on the back line here, but clearly being really aggressively pushed back. Not just pushed back, but I saw this follow-up here. We have this 1v1, one by Silver, but again, it's just trades back and forth. And you can kind of see it in the score here. Finally, 5K Ping able to take that back. But of course, as the Carbon, you're going to want to head for underneath that drop, but they get punished for it. Speaking of, oh my gosh, this punishing here, we had this punish sort of from this Reef Slider here, who then immediately got punished by this pencil. It just seems as though there is no rest for either team, with both of them just coming back, having these coolers, jumping straight back into the fray, and it seems like nobody here is safe, though 5K Ping safe enough to finally get through those penalty points, and they're working on widening their lead.
Indeed, however, with the quick special uses of those trip strikes, an opportunity to at least force some penalty here. 45 seconds left in the match, so still plenty of time here for NFT Robbers to make something happen. A quick one-for-one trade will be had as this Carbon is still lurking in the shadows, trying to see if they can make something happen on this left side. Will Keeley find the pencil, quickly trade it out, but it doesn't matter as the backline now down, now a Slosher down as well as 5k Ping have strong control of the zone. 25 ticks left, things are looking dire now as time is ticking down. Not only in the match, but also the score for 5k Ping. The bubble is available for this decaf to really lay it home on this right stack. However, NFT Robbers do at least force the penalty on, but they need control of the zone. They need control of it now, especially since 3 players are down. It's just left of this decavitator on the side of 5ping to try to keep things alive. That's Dredge, I mean, just trying to paint, and no, it will not be enough, at least from the side of NFT Robbers, to try to take it over, as that Reef Slider coming out from that Dredge was enough to keep things in control of 5k Ping, and they take a very, very close game 1.
Yes, we see Melomania, I'm sure, no doubt, holding on almost like a GG strikes or a GG booyah, taking the time to deny them the OT there with that reef slider. We saw Kashiwa there on that slosher, sort of waiting for that to be over so that they could quickly paint over it, but there wasn't enough time. It was too well used time wise. And I have to wonder how this is going to go heading into, I believe that's Tower Sturgeon. Tower Sturgeon, definitely a more rare map mode. I find that sometimes, at least for my team, a lot of struggle as to what to do with it. It's a very wide area and can be extremely snowbally. So you know me, I'm always looking for those loadouts, always wondering if we're going to see any sort of changes to what we're seeing with weapon choice.
Indeed, and like you said, not the most common map mode in what we typically see nowadays, but it's a welcome surprise. I mean, you have the rotating platforms as usual. It can provide some very interesting aspects, but it's just a very uncommon map that I'm interested to see what weapons are brought out here. Maybe the sloshers, especially the slosher and the dredge, is gonna just really feast here, because those advantageous positions, those high elevations, can really just provide so much power to those weapons, because they can just basically rain down buckets of ink straight onto the tower, and there's not really much you can do about it besides just beat them to their spots and make sure they can't set up there, and set yourself up instead.
Yeah, I have to imagine we probably are going to see this Dread. Mello, a very well-known Dread one trick, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure if they've started using other weapons, but I think it's quite likely that we do still see this Dread. And as you said, also the slosher coming out of Kashiwa. You do have those GG strikes, and like you said, AoE on any tower is always welcome. To no surprise, we do see that slosher again. We have this decav, and I think actually no changes on the side of 5k Ping. Actually quite surprising. Seeing as though this Carbon, I feel like in a very big area like this, they're gonna need the paint to supply their playing. So definitely want to see if they're going to be caught out in the open here, or if they're going to be able to get those picks. Though 3 down already on the side of NFT Robbers. This is a not the best opening for them, so they're going to have to regroup and figure out, with all the space that they have, how best it is to pressure this tower, make sure it doesn't get to that checkpoint 2, as it seems like they've got to checkpoint 1 with ease. Kashiwa, they're always at the scene of the crime again with this slosher, and taking sort of this spinner here and having trouble getting towards mid. Now that we've stopped that checkpoint and it's gotten back to mid, it seems as though we're back in this sort of trade back and forth thing we've been seeing between 5k and NFT Robbers.
And the thing that really actually sticks out to me for NFT robbers is the Splatana Stamper Novu, not a very common weapon in its own aspect there.
Mm.
For that crab, instead of going for the Zipcaster, one could provide a lot of firepower if NFT robbers are able to position themselves, but they aren't really able to position anything if they're all going to fall. There are 3 players down for them, as now the last one is just forced out as 5K recovered from that really quickly, as now X-Man on this pencil can really find an opening to really try to set up on, decides to be the designated tower rider. I like it there, just trying to stabilize them, try to stabilize it for their team, trying to see if they can help paint their team in. However, quick 1-for-1 trade, now 2-for-1 actually, now NFT robbers losing 3, just their end zap left standing, trying to hold the line here. IPS, that zap will go down to X-Man, and off of that they will be able to pop cooler for the team. And with this bubble as well coming out from the decap, this is such a great position for 5K Ping as the specials are coming all online for them.
Yeah, now we're starting to see the snowball that is mincemeat. Oh, mincemeat. Oof. On this tower map mode, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, though. It seems as though NFT Robbers is able to kind of get the critical picks that they need to get them off the tower and get that back. We have Melomania here with a bit of a touch to make sure that the tower is staying on their side in terms of momentum. But yeah, they're struggling a lot, 5K Ping, to kind of get back to their momentum in this push. But with them down to 17, it's going to be looking like they're probably going to be shifting to a defense mode here, especially to make sure that they are not the ones being having all that pressure on them. But it seems as though they are able to get that wipeout and dispatch NFT robbers almost completely here. They have a lot of control over the entire map and the rest of this game.
Indeed, however, minute 45 is still a lot of time to work with, at least in Splatoon terms. So it's not over yet, except that Carbon manages to find 2 there. A third falling, just a right place, right time for that Carbon there. Unfortunately, now IPS again, being that last player standing on that zap, will get at least Cooler out so the rest of their team can respond with it. But will there be any response to try to hold this? Players fall, but no. 5K Ping off of the back of that Carbon 2K is able to just mosey their way along and move towards that goal, and just like that now take game number 2 and now are threatening a sweep, as remember this is best of 5 now as we are in winners bracket semis. So it all comes down to this for 5K Ping if they want to get that sweep, or if NFT Robbers wants to just see if they can get a stake in the claim. We are moving on to Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track next.
Yeah, it definitely took a few tries, and it took a bit of stabilizing, and finally getting that wipe, I think, was just what they needed to finally take that momentum that does make Sturgeon Shipyard Tower so snowbally, and get that win from having all of those members down. But heading into Humpback Pump Track, Rainmaker, we do have, I find, a Dread is a really strong weapon to have here. Between the Reef Slider, if you are on that elbow and everybody is holding hands, extremely easy to pop that Reef Slider and just destroy everyone who's huddled up in that corner, as well as all of the AoE it has from the buy sloshing that it can provide. I think that, you know, NFT Robbers has their work cut out for them with Mello on the other side. Oh!
A little bit of a momentary setback, but we will remake and go on. But anyways, to kind of add to it, we do see the Carbon yet again, and that's something I want to highlight as well. This is probably one of Carbon's strongest maps, and if I was that Carbon, I'd be licking my chops just looking at this. I mean, they have been able to be mostly unchecked in certain situations. I mean, we saw them get that 2K there to really allow 5K Ping to move in, but it's just how Humpback Pump Track is built as a map in general that I like to call it the Gladiator Coliseum of Splatoon 3. It is just an absolute ink bath no matter where you go. There is no real front line. There is no real just area to go there before anyone is able to get a checkpoint where this Carbon can really get to some very devious shenanigans. It's really just a matter of which team can make it past that area, that choke point between the checkpoint and the goal,
Mm.
because that requires so much coordination and so many resources, including specials, that need to work out in their favor and need to hit properly. I'm thinking those reef sliders, like you mentioned, the Zuka, there needs to be coordination between them in order to move forward.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like you're gonna have to make your way through like two full team fights to get out of that elbow, with how easily the defending team can just kind of drop there and end your push. Like it very much feels like you pick up, Rainmaker's down, you get a few people down from the other team, you pick it back up. Someone by then has spawned in and is already ready to get that Rainmaker back down again. So definitely we are excited to see that Carbon here. This also being Humpback Pump Track, lots of hills, lots of valleys, and that can be kind of hard on shooters versus, say, sloshers, rollers, who can just have that big old wave over one of those hills that will rain down on you and easily kill anybody who's not at the highest, what's the word, like elevation. Yes. Brain a little scrambled tonight, but yeah, definitely we have a Carbon on my team, and he just goes ham whenever he's on Humpback Pump Track. So I have to imagine the sloshers, and particularly the Carbon, is just like, ooh, it's game time. I'm excited. Let me at him, coach. Put me in.
Yeah, and I also imagine the decav could also be playing a very important factor as well, not only with the decav being a similarly built weapon like the Carbon in at least the short range lethality, but also being able to have that bubble to create space and do something that Carbon can't exactly do, which is keep also midline pressure as well with its extended range, and just being able to escort your Rainmaker very, very safely through that bubble is going to be key. Like I was hinting at earlier, these special usages are gonna be the life and death and the lifelines for both these teams, and especially for NFT robbers if they want to avoid dropping down to the losers bracket. Their reverse sweep needs to start now, and if they can't get it done, then they're just gonna have to fight through the mud pit that is losers bracket, the last chance here. But this is your last chance in winners bracket to stay alive, so NFT robbers need to see what has been going wrong for them, because so far 5k ping has been able to kind of outpace them, but I'm sure with 2 games down, NFT robbers have learned they will adapt, and they still have a fighting chance, because I've seen reverse sweeps happen a lot more commonly than you may think.
Oh, absolutely. And I also feel as though Humpback Pump Track, Rainmaker in particular, can be a map mode where just, I think, right, the most voted clip for the year was on Humpback Pump Track, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's correct.
Yes, not for the right reasons exactly, though. If you don't know what we're referring to, it was a clip where a team did get a wipeout. Unfortunately, they lost the game in overtime due to a stray splat bomb that fell just right into the Rainmaker carrier's lap. So basically, a lot of fun things can happen on Humpback Pump Track, needless to say.
Yeah, where I usually say that Haggle Zones is like the great equalizer, Humpback Pump Track, Rainmaker can be so volatile. There can be, someone sneaks in from the left side and nobody noticed them, and then the team is like scrambling because they get like back capped essentially from somehow the Rainmaker like sneaking there. You pick up the Rainmaker off of the checkpoint, and then you walk like 2 steps and somehow the person just won't die and they get too close to the checkpoint and you've lost your lead. So many shenanigans can happen here, especially when the other team spawns in and they have that clear sight of you on drop. That NFT robbers, hopefully with what it is they have learned, is able to make sure that all of that hecticness works in their favor. And speaking of hecticness, we have a few changes, I believe, on the side of NFT robbers with this squeezer online. They're going to have that Zuka available and also that wall, which will be very tantamount for denying them checkpoints from the other team when they are in that elbow.
Indeed, but Reef Slider is already online for Mello here with that not decav, I keep saying decav, dredge, dredge ringer here, and unfortunately we'll go down with that, so no use there, as NFT robbers will be the first ones to pick up the Rainmaker. Rainmaker actually managing to take care of that carbon, and finally NFT robbers will be able to start off with a little bit of a moral victory here. However, they cannot rest on the success. They need to continue moving forward here if they want, because 5K Pink have been able to show us how well they've been able to bounce back despite losing early in the game. We see Nex here on this brush, managing to find two. That could be the killing blow, but no, the Rainmaker is lost from behind because of the carbon. This carbon is such a problem. Will eventually be taken out, though, before that Zuka can be had, but that just goes to show earlier, like I mentioned, if left unchecked, these sharking weapons like the brush, like the carbon, can really just change the game and just put a stop to your push at the same time. But we see now on the side of 5K Ping, 2 specials are online, now 3 actually. That bubble will not be used. The Zuka now being used in this very narrow alleyway and will be finding success. The Reef is going out as well. Won't quite find a pick there, but at least we'll secure space for 5K Ping to get back into it, as this carbon is being oh so sneaky yet again, seeing if they can find a target, but no, quickly shut down.
Yeah, NFT robbers, I have to imagine, is feeling the frustration of having victory narrowly wrenched from their hands by that carbon in particular. Just a lot of, like we were talking about before, past that elbow is very defender heavy and favored. So unfortunately, even despite having, I think, 3 down on the other side, not able to complete that. We have IPS here kind of closing in on the Rainmaker, hoping to stop their push, but no, going down. NFT robbers having 3 people online with no specials up against this Zuka. Oh, but able to get that stop, and it was looking like a free check, but there, whoa, just the trades back and forth between this carbon, the squeezer. It seems as though, we're at a bit of a standstill, and I have to wonder if 5K Ping is going to be able to regroup themselves, get this paint down, get enough players down on NFT robbers, and possibly get that push. But no, it's going to look like it's going to reset to the center part, and we're going to see this Zuka come out as well, getting 1 pick, but not enough people down, especially if they want to get an easy check here on this push.
Yeah, however, they still have plenty of time to work with. The bubble is quickly taken out by that trip strike, but the Rainmaker will find... Nope, never mind. Won't find its way towards that check. A beautiful stop there to at least buy some more time, and that's the thing about Rainmaker. It doesn't matter how up advantage you are in numbers. If there's still 1 player standing on the other team, you better protect your Rainmaker like nobody else, because if that Rainmaker goes down, you will immediately lose momentum, and that goes to show how volatile of a mode it is. But finally, Mello with that Reslider pick will be able to slam that Rainmaker on the checkpoint there. We see a quick 1v1 being taken. Next will come out on top of that. 2 players down for 5K Ping, 1 for NFT robbers, as now they slow down their push a little bit, as this is the oh so dreaded choke point here. You need to have specials online for this. Reslider is available, however the players are not, as 3 go down for 5K Ping, and with that a delayed wipeout, and now an opportunity for NFT robbers to put the seal on the deal of this round. However, there still is a minute left for 5K Ping to potentially pull off a very miraculous comeback.
Yeah, we have these strikes coming online from Kashiwa, able to get 1. I have to imagine NFT robbers very happy with their shutdown there in elbow, because now that 5K Ping has that checkpoint, quite frankly, in Rainmaker, regardless of the map in particular, once you get past that checkpoint, it only takes a few steps to be able to take that lead. So we have Kashiwa here, I believe, kind of sharking, hoping to get these picks and drive 5K Ping back so that they are not able to get back into that elbow and eke out those oh so precious extra points that they might be able to get. But we are going to see an OT if NFT Robbers is not able to get that critical pick here on the Rainmaker. Tri-Strike's coming out and pushing them, but they still are able to hold on to it. Despite us being an OT, there is a timer on that Rainmaker, so they're going to have to watch their time. They are stalling, seeing where their opening is to possibly get past there, but with two of their they are now the only person alive, and they are being hit with everything that NFT Robbers had in their pockets. Whales, Zuka. I think at that point, there's nothing more you can do. And NFT Robbers, close to the edge of the cliff, is able to take that W and continue on the set.
I mean, forget about talking about everything in the kitchen sink being thrown at that Rainmaker. They threw the entire fridge at that Rainmaker, and there's
The
just
whole
nothing
house.
they could really. Pretty much, there was nothing they could really do there, and that was just really smart play, as just not giving them any chance at making anything of that overtime push. NFT Robbers able to bounce back, like I mentioned. They were able to really recollect themselves, and now we are forcing game 4 here. NFT Robbers cannot rest on their victory. They do give some breathing room to themselves, but now they need to continue that success on Clamblitz Crab Leg Capital. That is a lot of C's in that name there, just Crab Leg. Crab Leg Capital. Jeez, say that 5
Triple
times
C,
fast.
if you will.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast. But NFT Robbers were able to recover really, really effectively. They were able to control that game from the get-go, and that's something I'd like to see continue here. But we have not yet seen a Clam Blitz match between these two teams, so maybe we could see some weapon switches. Obviously, for 5k ping, that Carbon worked really, really well for the first 2 games. I'm sure they would stick with it here, but what do you think, Sasu? I mean, we saw the switch, I believe it was next on that brush. It was able to really actually go toe-to-toe with that Carbon well, which is something that I wouldn't think be the case, considering how, I mean, worst case scenario, that Carbon would trade with the brush.
With the difference in kill time there, you would definitely think that just gets handed to the Carbon if everything. But we did see a couple of the skirmishes where it was like either way here. Clam Blitz Crab Leg Capital. I'll say that one time fast for you. I have to imagine this tends to be a map mode that has horrid clam economy and a lot of neutral. Was that a rapid? It is.
It is, indeed. It's not a common weapon, but here it is here, being brought up by NFT Robbers. Maybe just trying to see if they can use the element of surprise on 5k ping here, but you do see that angle shooter plus that killer whale being popped out, so now double killer whale coming out from NFT Robbers. One will actually be found very quickly there, however, a quick pick will continue. We see this rapid trying to make something happen. Actually doesn't get picked by that Carbon there. Nice dodge, as NFT Robbers with control of mid and a strong control of the clams. They have 17 to 5k ping 0, have an opportunity to push, but Mello has something to say about it with a quick 1-2, although being traded out buys the rest of 5k ping enough time to recover.
Actually, I didn't get the time to mention it there beforehand, but aside from a lot of neutral, it can just be impossible sometimes to get up this ramp to finally get to the basket. And I'm finding that's a lot of the issue here. We are seeing, probably from this momentum from the last game, NFT Robbers really coming with a lot of aggression. They already have 5k ping and have had them for quite a while, kind of backed up into their own sort of court and spawn position here. So they definitely have the aggression to back them up to their ramp. However, despite having the clams, regardless, getting up that ramp is a completely different story. They've been struggling to do so, and with several of them going down in their last sort of push, they're backed up into their own spawn, under their own basket, and now they are playing the game of trying to just get all the people out of the court area out of mid and backed all the way back. I'm thinking we're probably going to see this enter here finally. 2 minutes down, we finally have a power clam in one of the baskets, but unfortunately, it's looking like we're going to see no follow up, which you absolutely do not want to see as a team. Sometimes you might not even want to have that fall in at all because it does mean that the other team now receives a free power clam. And with one of the members of 5K Ping already holding on to a power clam, they now have two. So if they are able to mount this offensive, it's going to be a struggle for them, but it's already looking like they might not be able to do that offensive. Getting pushed back into their own spawn and a lot of pressure put down there, able to break the barrier again, get in a few subsequent clams down to 67, but as it turns out here, sometimes you get those picks in and you're backed up into your own thing. So now they're here having to defend. It's going to be a struggle.
Indeed, and now, especially since the now 5K Ping have 3 super clams to their name, not only these two, one of them being self-made, the other from the first push, and the third from NFT's second push. An opportunity for a huge score here, as there it is. 1 makes it in, 2 makes it in. Will there be a third here? At this point, the Carve is just trying to buy some time for a jump. No, quickly snuffed out, but still the damage is done as 5K Ping quickly take the lead there, and like you mentioned, Sasu, that's the danger of pushing without much follow-up there. You're just giving free clams to NFT, to 5K Ping, excuse me, and they didn't really have to spend that much time in mid to really do that. All it took was one momentum switch for them to just quickly take the lead, and now, yet again, the pressure is on NFT Robbers, and it's especially on now as they lose 3 players. And we see here, that is a delayed wipe, as Nex is the last one to fall. Now with control of the mid and control of the lead, it is all on NFT Robbers in this final crucial minute to see if they can force Game 5.
Yeah, we have 56 seconds left on the clock, and you have to imagine the frustration coming out of NFT Robbers. Unfortunately, this lead switch, kind of their own design here, from allowing allowing themselves to open up that basket without any follow-up, able to get in those several power clams, and now they're in crunch time, especially because their life hangs in the balance on this game. If they're not able to get this in and get that lead swap, they're going to be headed down to losers. Critical pick here from Kashiwa with the subsequent... very close there. We see a stop, I think, for Hina, but able to take that lead at the last second. And unfortunately, we have Kashiwa, I think, in that top right, ready to put in that final clam and shut down the TO that would have been triggered for 5K Ping if they weren't able to put in subsequent clams. But a brilliant shark there from Kashiwa, able to slam dunk that clam in and keep their life alive in this tourney on winners bracket. We are headed to Game 5. Awesome gameplay.
Don't call it a comeback, but stranger things have happened, and we see here, this is why you never count out a team. NFT Robbers recovered so well from what I believe me and you both believe to be a done deal game after that crucial mistake of not really getting much from those pushes there, basically just giving 5K Ping those 2 super clams, but it just didn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get struck several times. It doesn't matter if you bend. It just matters if you're able to land that finishing blow at the end. You just need a lead at the end. And with that last second push, they were able to recover so well. And now they definitely have momentum on their side. They can hopefully keep this hot hand moving to game number 5. 5K Ping definitely sweating a little bit, as now it is their turn to be the ones under pressure here. They have now lost 2 straight games, but they did, remember, previously win in Splat Zones. However, we are moving to Splat Zones Umami, not Macomart again. So this will be a 2-zone map here. So this is going to be very, very exciting, I believe. What do you think? Because 2 zones, it always asks for a lot more fighting.
Not just that, but we do have Mello who plays Dread, but not going to be able to cheese two zones by himself.
Mhm.
So I imagine that's going to be a big struggle to have that follow up from your team, not being able to kind of get in there and do the job of the reef slider by yourself. And you've got momentum working against you. And I believe NFT robbers are the first seeded in this tourney. So that's a lot of pressure to have on you to just narrowly have that loss just then put into your lap. And yeah, that's a lot of pressure, especially, I think the Rapid is back. And I think the Rapid was a big struggle for them last game and kept them congested into their own spawn. So definitely excited to see if they're able to get this other zones win or if the momentum is just on NFT robber's side and if they're able to rob this reverse sweep from 5K ping.
Indeed here, and with the rapid pick yet again, NFT Robbers continue to see if they can keep the hot hand going. You see the reslider going out early there just to create all this blue space for 5K ping to operate, and with the ones controlling the pace of the game now, they have an opportunity to create a good lockout situation, but hold on. An opportunity now for NFT Robbers here, taking that right side and continuing to move forward with it, but we still see that 5K Ping are still here to stay. They are just playing a little bit cautiously here. The strikes force the hand of 5K Ping members to move forward. A quick one-for-one trade will be had, but still, the zones are not in their favor as either side controls one zone, and finally 5K Ping have control yet again.
Yeah, NFT robbers not able to cap either of the both of the zones yet. With 5K ping already down to 51, we'll see if they're able to get this out of neutral and finally hand a nice what's the word penalty to the other team and make it so that they have to get through that 38 first, pushing up. It seems as though they've kind of waited, let them do what they're going to do, and now they finally have the space that they're denying. But we do have Mello with this reef slider able to escape that punish for just a short while before it is dealt out to them. 3 down, I believe, on the side of 5K ping. So the reign of terror from NFT robbers is going to continue. Lead swap here and a trade, though 2 down on the side of NFT robbers. We're going to see if they're going to be able to keep this, because what I've noticed from a lot of these skirmishes is it seems as though NFT robbers was struggling at the beginning to get some value off of their picks. So they're able to keep their hands on this lead and on this zone with no penalty. We're going to see if they're going to be able to rob this game, but 2 going down and Tri-Strikes out. Are they going to be able to hold it long enough to get out that win? And they are. NFT robbers, appropriately named, able to rob this set straight out of the hands of 5K ping with a reverse sweep.
I couldn't have said it better myself. My mind is just amazed by that fact. I mean, reverse sweeps are really, really hard to do, but I mean, NFT Robbers has made it look easy there. 5K ping, yet again, another map where it looks like they were able to control them at the beginning, but NFT Robbers straight 100 to 0 as they were able to take control of that zone, those zones, and I mean, what more can be said? I mean, we saw Nex on that brush still, despite being on paper at a disadvantage against the Carbon, just was able to really thrive off of it, and just really well done from them and the rest of NFT Robbers to really be able to keep their mental there, to be able to say, okay, although every single one of these matches could send us down to losers brackets, we have the confidence to win, and they did. And despite being not only in Crablet Capital, but also in Umami Ruins at an initial disadvantage, they were able to crawl out from the grave and take this, and they will be moving on to winners bracket finals.
Yeah, the very definition of locking in when you're down 2 games, and they got pretty solid wins on both too. Like they weren't maybe a little bit close on Crab Lake Capital, but quite frankly, close based on sort of like a hell of their own creation there. But really, NFT robbers showing why they are the first seeds. And this reverse sweep to me was just very stellar. It was, especially with us seeing that rapid come out, which is not super common. Fantastic games that we saw out of both of these teams.
Indeed, indeed. We will be moving on to winners bracket finals here shortly, but I believe that is the end of our block 1. I will still be here for block 2. I am kidnapped here, helped. I'm just kidding. I'll be here for block 2 though, but Sasu, I think this will be the last time for tonight. So where can the beautiful people find you before you got to go?
The people can find me at Sasu in your pants. That is my username for basically any social media that I'm on. So if you're a rare Instagram girly, or I don't use Twitter much anymore, but that is my Twitter. I am on Blue Sky, in which it is exactly the same. SASUINUR pants, and happy to spend this time with you, Rocket. Excited to see Tacos, who I believe will be taking my place for the next block.
Yeah, for sure. But before we head to that, we will see you in a little while, so don't go anywhere. You will unfortunately be stuck with me, but at least you'll be stuck with Tacos as well, so maybe a little bit fair trade there. But anyways, despite that, we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back for Splashdown Saturday, number 5.